An audio recording has emerged of a pilot changing his plane's route before the aircraft crashed into a Spanish mountain, killing him and a second Briton. The Piper plane took off from Cascais, southern Portugal, and was heading towards Hondarribia airfield in northern Spain when it crashed in misty conditions on the 3,500 feet Hernio mountain early on Wednesday afternoon. Rescuers recovered one body last night before calling off the search in failing light. This morning a second body was found when the search resumed. Sources suggest the two people on board were British. Early indications suggest the aircraft might have had a fault in its altitude equipment, meaning the pilot might not have realized how low the plane was. It comes as a recording emerged of what is thought to have been the pilot's last communication before the crash, in which a change of route was discussed with air traffic control. Pictures from the scene show foggy skies and the charred remains of the British-registered aircraft 160 feet from the summit, high up in the Basque region mountain range. Contact is said to have been lost with the plane shortly after 1 p.m. when it was in transit between Bilbao and Hondarribia. A local then raised the alarm after hearing an explosion. One witness told the Spanish press, "I heard the noise of the plane, followed by a crash, and then everything was silent." Share this article. Share. A spokesman for the regional Basque Country police force, known as the Ertzaintza, said both victims may be British but added, identification will involve the experts being 100% certain, and that is not the case at present. One of the bodies was recovered yesterday afternoon and the other today, and they were subsequently transported away from the mountain and taken to the provincial capital San Sebastian for autopsies in the city's Institute of Forensic Medicine. Specialists in air accidents are still present at the scene of the crash. Authorities here are also in contact with British diplomatic officials since Britain is potentially the country of origin of both the people who died in the accident. He added, the plane was heading towards San Sebastian Airport, which is in a coastal resort called Hondarribia, which is about 15 miles from the provincial capital and near the border with France. There were two people aboard the plane who are the two people who were found dead on Mount Hernio. It was foggy in the area when the plane crashed, so there were visibility problems, but the air accident experts will be the ones who will determine what the cause or causes were. Ground teams eventually reached the wreckage at 3:45 p.m. and found a body within the wreckage. They were forced to abandon their search for the second person on board just after 6 p.m. because of a lack of light. They resumed this morning and found a body at 10:22 a.m. Hernio is a well-known summit in the heart of the province of Gipuzkoa, and, at more than 3,500 feet, is the highest peak in the range. The crash site has been cordoned off by investigators and rescue teams were due to continue their search this morning. Although the nationality of the two people on board remains unknown, sources have suggested the two on board the four-seater plane were foreign nationals, possibly English. A Foreign Office spokesman told Mail Online it was seeking further information from the Spanish authorities following the plane crash.